All right, welcome back to American Fisherman. Today we're gonna spool the spinning reel here with 12-pound tests. I have 8-pound tests on here right now, but where we plan on going, we're gonna be fishing with some live bait. We're gonna want a lot stronger line than this little 8-pound test here to really bring in the fish, if you know what I'm saying. Snaps pretty easy. So we're gonna put on this here 12-pound test. I'm not sponsored, okay? This is just line I choose to use if I ain't using braid. I'll be doing a braid on Baitcaster. That's coming up soon. So if you're interested on seeing how to do that or how I do that, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Let's get going. First things first, my rod here is a 2-piece rod. So what I'm gonna do here, take off the top piece. That way I don't have to worry about hitting any trees or anything, depending on where you're at. And just, you know, smaller rod, easier to maneuver, things like that. So what you want to do is open your bail here, just like you would when you're going to cast, and sit out in front of you, and just like that. And then just start wrapping it around your hand, pulling it off the spool. Keep doing that until it's all the way off. Well, until you reach that knot anyway that you have the line tied on with. Okay. Okay, now when you get to this point here, you just get your knife, or I carry toenail clippers in my tackle bag. Just clip it, and then this goes in the garbage, not the ground, just in case you guys are out in the field. Don't throw this stuff on the ground. Please throw it in the garbage or stick it in your pocket till you can get home. And if you're home, throw it away, please. Now, like I said, I'm not sponsored. This is the line I like to go with. Here's 12-pound test. Like I said, not sponsored. You know me. And for those of you who don't, I won't take a sponsorship unless it benefits the people. But right now, it's not me. So you're gonna find this here. There's a line. They have a piece of tape that holds the line on. Just pull that up. And what I like to do is keep this tape, stick it on back here, and then that way you can put it back on when you're done. Stick it back in the box, because you're not gonna put this whole 200 yards worth of fishing line on this little reel. So what you do is make sure, for one, this thing is upside down, because it's going to come off the spool onto your spool. If you have it on the side, it's not going to go on right. It's got like a memory in it, so it's going to stay spun this way. How it comes off is how it goes on. Run through the first eye hole down to your rail shaft, I guess you would say. Sure your bell stays open. This knot here doesn't matter. Just make sure it's on. It don't really matter about your knot here, because if a fish gets you this far, either the fish is gonna be gone or your reel is gonna be gone. And I'd rather cut the line, let the fish go, than to take my reel. That's just me. But anyway, just a simple knot. Ain't gotta be pretty. You ain't gotta get all technical. Then just get your nail clippers or your knife. I carry any nail clippers. Clip off the excess. Then what you want to do is close your bell, set it up, make sure it's in that little notch right there, and then you put the either on your stomach or on the table, however you prefer, as long as this eye hole is over the spool, so that way your spool's not going too crazy. You want to hold the line here that keeps it nice and line going straight on, and then just slowly spin it on, Take your time. Don't go too fast, but don't go too slow, and it'll go on nicely. Just keep doing that until your reel is spun to your liking. As you can see, it's coming off the spool right onto the spool of your reel. Perfect. That's why it's best to have that thing upside down. Picture side down. That means you ain't messing around. And keep doing this until, like I said, you're liking. Probably about 1/8 from the edge, I say. Or however far you want to go. Too much, you get crow's nest. Too little, you can't cast as far as you would like, because it'll be catching on the little ridge here. So just keep doing that. Slow and steady. Make sure you're pinching that line up here. That way this line's going on as straight as possible. We're just about done. Maybe a couple more turns and we'll call that good. It's about a little more than what I said to do, but you know what? It's your personal preference. Pretty much whatever you think. And that right there seems good to me. Now at this point, I make sure my drag's all the way. This point here, put your rod on the ground, hold your line. You get your top piece, if it's a 2-piece rod. If not, then if it's a 1 solid piece, you can start, before you start rolling it onto your reel, you can go from the top of the eye, tip of the rod, all the way down to your reel. If you have 1 piece, that way you don't have to do the step. But for me, I don't mind the step. Just go up and kind of measure how much more line you're gonna need all the way to the tip. And then once you get to the tip, you wanna hold it. And yeah, a little bent there. But just get a little extra. That way you, depending on how you're gonna rig this rod up, a little extra. And then go ahead and give it a clip. And then run it through your eye holes. All right, once you measured out how far or how much extra line you need, now you can run it through your eye holes. Like I said, you could do it at first, that way you don't have to worry about this step. But like I said, I don't mind this part. Just having the shorter rod just makes things a little easier. You don't have to worry about it bumping into anything or anyone. And I do all this stuff before I go fishing anyway, so while I'm out in the field, I don't have to worry about, you know, doing this, wasting time. When I go fishing, I want to be set and ready to go. That way I can just get her done. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do here, add on a little snap swivel. And if I decide not to use snap swivel, I'll take it off there, tie on a hook, whatever. But for transporting my rods, I like to put snap swivels on. That way I can hook it up to the eye. You're not supposed to do that, but like this rod here, I won't do that because I have an actual little ring here on the bottom of the reel, and I'll fix all that. But on the bottom of the reel, and that way I don't have to put the eye holes. But yeah, so, and then that's it. Let's get a snap swivel on. All right, so I got a snap swivel here, and the way I put it on, I guess, you go in one side, the tag end in one side, tag in to the other side, pinch and hold, and you got a loop on the left, and your tag end, the main line on the other side. What you do, offset your hands, bring them together, creates a loop. Put that loop through that loop, or put the loop through the ring, be a better way to put it, and then pull your loop through the ring, and then grab your snap swivel or lure, depending on what you're doing, and you're still grabbing on the tag end and main line. wet it a little bit, and then pull, tighten up that knot, and then once it's tightened up as far as it can go, then pull your main line and your tag in, get all nice and tight there. Just like so. Then move your tag in out the way, pull your main line. If it ain't slipping, then you're golden. All right, then get your nail clippers, cut off that tag in. Do not cut your knot, okay? Just cut the tagging off. And there you go. Now you're ready for transportation. Like I said, this one has that little ring down here. I'll stick it through there, just like so. Make sure my drag's all the way. And I'll start tightening it up. And then, just like that, crank it down. They say you're not supposed to have it cranked down. It ruins the rod or messes up the line. You know what? I've been doing this for years, since I was 7. And I tell you what, it don't do a dang thing, okay? It does absolutely nothing to it. So, well, there you go. That's how you put line on a spinning reel. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.